February for spring training. There you go. Yeah.
Who cares?
If Jeff was manager, Jeff would say, shave that beard, shave it off, shave it all off.
No beards over 1.5 inches long. That's it. I'm sick of that crap. It's not hockey, this is baseball. Baseball players get known by their faces, okay? Can't see your face if you got hair all over it.
Mm.
Who do you think this is, hockey?
Yeah.
Hey, how about since we're talking about St. Louis Cardinals, how about the St. Louis Rams calling Brett Favre to see if he has any inkling of going to play for the St. Louis Rams?
Oh, no, not again, Brett Favre. Just stay in Mississippi and be an assistant coach.
He is.
But I don't think it's wise that the Rams should say, hey, Brett, why don't you come out of retirement and come play for us? They'll screw up.
They didn't go ask Tim Tebow. They didn't go ask Vince Young. They went and asked Brett Favre. You know who else is out there that wants to play? And it's a name that you probably heard. I've been listening for this name, and I have yet to hear it. But he wrote a letter to the Cleveland Browns telling them that he is available to play for them if they need a quarterback. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Who is that?
He used to be the quarterback of the 49ers. And it's not Steve Young, and it's not Joe Montana, and it's not Alex Smith, and it's not Colin Kaepernick.
Well, I have no idea then.
Garcia.
Jeff Garcia.
There you. I didn't want to say his first name because it's got the same name as me. Garcia.
Well, I saved you the hassle.
Jeff Garcia sent the letter to the Cleveland Browns knowing that they have quarterback problems, saying, I am ready and willing and able to quarterback the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? 44-year-old Jeff Garcia.
The Rams shouldn't even be thinking about looking for quarterbacks. You know, Jeff Fisher should just be focusing on...
Why not? They don't have a quarterback. Sam Bradford's done for the year. He's finished. You're going to have Clemens quarterback the rest of the freaking time? Yeah, lots of luck with that. They need a quarterback, and they need one badly. You know why he's not going after Vince Young. You know why he's not going to go and get Vince Young. He had him in Tennessee. He's not going to go get him or ask. I'm surprised they didn't ask Tim Tebow. I'm shocked that they didn't ask Tim Tebow.
Shocked, too. Oh, yeah, Browning, I just responded to your hat. My new hat I bought today. You know what I said? Barf.
What did you get, a Pelicans hat?
He got himself a doggone Miami Heat hat. What a bunch of duck.
Supposed to get a Pelican hat.
LeBron said he wants a shot in the NFL. Hey, Somer's saying that. Somer, where are you hearing this?
LeBron would get mangled in the NFL. Mangled.
Well, Jeff, what would you think if LeBron played for your New York Football Giants?
I would want to see I would want to see Bradshaw just run right over him.
Oh, boy.
Or any other running back. Even their fifth-string running back that they had playing in the game the other night.
And Shocker says the Cowboys need a quarterback. Well, Shocker, you've been listening to us long enough. You've been probably saying,
okay.
Tony Romo sure is the average quarterback at best.
Here's the deal with Tony Romo. Tony Romo is the fifth. Am I right? Is it the fifth?
I think so.
Okay, out of Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Tony Romo, Roethlisberger, and I can't remember the fifth quarterback. I can't remember the fifth quarterback who it was. Okay? Out of those five, during this football season, the NFL season, not the playoffs, but the season, Tony Romo has a better winning percentage than Eli Manning. It actually goes Peyton Manning, Roethlisberger. I can't remember number 3 because I can't remember the guy. Then it goes Romo, and then it goes Eli Manning. Eli Manning has a worse winning percentage during the regular season than Tony Romo. But guess what, Tony Romo? Regular season don't mean crap. All that matters is Super Bowls and championships. That's why Eli Manning is a better quarterback than you, because he has 2 of them, and you have none. And on top of that, Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowls with 2 MVPs in less time in the league than Tony Romo. Tony Romo is a better NFL season quarterback, but when it comes to the playoffs, he's nowhere to be found because he sucks. I'm just stating fact.
Yeah, and speaking of which, we get to the NFL. The game that probably didn't concern a lot of people last night, I picked up a point in this one. I'm sure Jeff did.
I did too.
Yeah, Jeff did, because how about this? At first, way before this pick even came, I picked Tampa Bay, right?
Yeah,
but
me too.
I had
to go
so bad, I went with Carolina.
Well, me too. I went back and switched my pick to Carolina as well.
The Buccaneers are having a disastrous season. The Buccaneers are now 0-7. Cam Newton and the Panthers are up at 4-3. And Cam Newton last night was 23 of 32, 221 yards, 2 TD passes, and 0 INTs. Glennon for Tampa Bay was 30 of 51 for 275 yards, 1 TD pass, and no INTs. So the Buccaneers dropped to 0-7, and even Greg Schiano was saying the Buccaneers will be fine. We'll get the fan base back. Well, I've been also hearing today that even Darrelle Revis was saying that he doesn't thoroughly believe that the Buccaneers really care about winning for the coaching staff, and that there's drama going on in Tampa Bay. What do you think, Jeff?
There's major drama going out there. He's coaching, he's coaching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers like it's a college team. If you're going to coach it like a college team, then you better win. And you're not winning, so you know what's going to happen.
If you're going to coach like a college team, go back to the college level, because this is the NFL, and in the pros, it's a lot different than the college level. But the Panthers go to 4-3, having a better year than what they were last year.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what Greg Schiano goes. He goes, quote, "We got licked," adding that calls for his dismissal haven't become a distraction for him or his players.
Yeah, right. And shocker, that was an ugly game Monday night. We talked about it the other day. That was an ugly, disgusting display of NFL football. I thought we were watching a high school game for a little while there. That was a disgusting display of football on Monday night. But it's kind of weird. Monday night is the end of week 7, and you get Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday night starts week 8. This is ridiculous.
We'll get more into this as soon as we get back from an update, right?
Oh, we're at an update already? My Lord, very fast show. Hey, this update is brought to you by Modern Sports Equipment. That's right. We got a new sponsor for the update. ModernSportsEquipment.com. Head on over to ModernSportsEquipment.com and check out that website over there. All the great sports equipment you need, sports programs, weights, treadmills, bikes, anything you can think of, they got it. Head on over to ModernSportsEquipment.com. That's ModernSportsEquipment.com. Take it away, Sean Man, the update man.
Thank you, Jeff, and thank you, everybody, for listening in. It is 7:31 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 4:31 p.m. on the West. It is Friday, October 25th, 2013. Here's your update. Let's start in the NFL. As you all know, last night the Carolina Panthers prevailed big time by a score of 31-13 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just want to make sure that is correct. Yeah, 31-13 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So right now the Buccaneers are at 0-7 and the Carolina Panthers are 4-3. And as Jeff just said, we are already at week number 8. How hard to believe that every time the games get over on Sunday morning mid-afternoon and night and Monday Night Football, then all of a sudden we're already at Week 8, and it starts on Thursday. And then the NFL games will be tomorrow, Sunday, and then we have our NFL Real Talk show, and we got all our picks and all the NFL news headlines for week number 8. In the NBA, New Orleans Pelicans, they're leading the Orlando Magic 26-12.
How funny is that to say the New Orleans Pelicans are leading the Magic?
I was very close to saying New Orleans Hornets. Every time I'm going to give an update, now I'm going to have to get used to calling them the New Orleans Pelicans. The Charlotte Hornets are at the New York Knicks tonight. The Brooklyn Nets at the Miami Heat. And especially with the long NBA season, those two teams possibly could meet maybe in the Eastern Conference semifinals or the Eastern Conference Finals. The Denver Nuggets at the Chicago Bulls. Houston Rockets at the Memphis Grizzlies. Toronto Raptors at the Milwaukee Bucks. Indiana Pacers at the Dallas Mavericks. Utah Jazz at the Los Angeles Lakers. And lastly, it'll be the Sacramento Kings at the Los Angeles Clippers. As the exhibition season is coming to an end, the real season, the NBA season, coming up on October 29th. In hockey, the National Hockey League, the New York Islanders lead the Pittsburgh Penguins 1-0, 7 minutes and 46 seconds left in the first period. The Columbus Blue Jackets lead 1-0 over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Anaheim Mighty Ducks at the Ottawa Senators. Buffalo Sabres at the Florida Panthers. Vancouver Canucks at the St. Louis Blues. And the Flames are at the Colorado Avalanche. So those are the games for the National Hockey League on this Friday night. In other news to report, Major League Baseball, the World Series, this series is evened up at 1 game apiece. The Red Sox had an explosion in Game 1. They blew them out 8-1. St. Louis struck back and took the game 4-2. So now looking down the road, this series is even up at 1 game apiece, and games 3, 4, and 5 will now be played in St. Louis, Missouri. And if it gets kind of even, or whoever takes 2 out of 3, Game 6 would be Wednesday of next week, and then Game 7, how about this, would be on Halloween night. So at least we'll be able to get the World Series done by the time October comes to a close. Other news to report from Major League Baseball, some of the headlines that are big. The Washington Nationals are expected to hire Matt Williams as the new manager of the ball club. Don Mattingly says he will finish off the final year of his contract with the Dodgers and return for 2014. Eric Wedge is also becoming a serious candidate to become the next manager of the Chicago Cubs, as a lot of managerial moves are coming up. And also, another thing to think about, after baseball gets over, expect to see a lot of trades and transactions, and we're not too far away from the winter meetings, which will take place in December. For your Sports Radio report, I'm Sean Mann. Back to you, Jeff Eskow, who is host of Sports World Radio. Take it away, Jeff.
That update was brought to you by modernsportsequipment.com for all your sporting gear. Treadmills, anything else, head on over to modernsportsequipment.com. That's modernsportsequipment.com. All right, welcome back to the show right here on Sports World Radio. What's our next topic over there, Mr. Sean?
Well, we were talking about how amazing it is that the NFL week number 8 has happened. There has been a lot of fines in this game between St. Louis and Carolina. It drew a total of $47,250 in fines from the NFL for their chippy game last Sunday. This was between St. Louis and Carolina, as the NFL is continuing to be very strict on players who make hits. What's next, Jeff? The National Flag Football League?
I'm telling you, man, they might as well just take the shoulder pads off and the helmets off and just play that way, because that's what it's coming down to.
I know if you were commissioner, Jeff, you would be so sick and tired about all this and say, hey, it's football, okay? Come on, they got to hit the players. That's what tackling players is all about.
I agree with you. And you want to know something?
What?
The hits that are coming down the pike are hurting players, are causing injuries. So now they don't know what the hell to do. They're giving these guys such a small, telling them to go down low, but they're hurting everybody. Why not just nail people in the chest and shut the hell up already?